is Emily Courtney. Courtney. I'll be reading. I'll be reading part three of the Watchtower of the March Tower, March 15th, of the first study article of the March 15th, of the March 15th magazine article. A simpler, clearer approach to Bible narrative. If you have been serving Jehovah for decades, you may have noticed a gradual shift in the way our literature explains many, many paragraph 7, 8. Question: what are some examples of inspired prophetic pictures in the Bible? If you have been serving If you have been serving Jehovah for decades, you may have noticed a gradual shift in the way our literature explains many of the narrators recorded in the Bible. How so? In times past, it was more common for our literature to take what might be called a type and a type approach to scriptural accounts. The Bible narrator was considered the type, and any prophetic fulfillment of the story was the antitype. Is there a scriptural basis for prophetic pictures? Yes. For instance, Jesus spoke of the sign of Jonah the prophet. Read Matthew 12, 39, 40. 40. Okay. Matthew 12. Matthew, Matthew 12, 39 and 40. In reply, he said to them, a wicked and adulterous generation keeps on seeking a sign, but no sign will be given it except the sign of Jonah the prophet. For just as Jonah was in the belly of the huge fish for 3 days and 3 nights, so the Son of Man will be in the heart of the earth for 3 days and 3 nights. Jesus explained that Jonah's sojourn in the belly of the fish, which would have been Jonah's grave, had Jehovah not preserved him alive, was prophetic of Jesus' own time the grave. In the grave. The Bible contains other inspired prophetic pictures. The Apostle Paul discussed a number of them. For example, Abraham's relationship with Hagar and Sarah provided a prophetic picture of Jehovah's relationship with the nation of Israel and the heavenly part of God's organization. GAL 4:22 to 26 to 26. Galatians. Galatians 4. Genesis 4:22-26. 22. For example, it is written that Abraham had two sons, one by the servant girl and one by the free woman. But the one by the servant girl was actually born through natural descent, and the other by the free woman through a promise. These things may be taken as a symbolic drama for these women mean two covenants, the one from Mount Sinai, which bears children for slavery, and which is Hagar. Now Hagar means Sinai, a mountain in Arabia, and she corresponds with the Jerusalem today, for she is in slavery with her children. But the, but the, but the Jerusalem above is free, and she is our mother. Similarly, the tabernacle and the temple, atonement day, the high priest, and other facets of the Mosaic law contain a shadow of the good things to come. Hebrews 9:23-25. 10, Hebrews 10:1. Hebrews Hebrews 9:23-25. 23. Therefore, it was necessary for the typical representations of the things in the heavens to be cleansed by this means. These means, but the heavenly things require far better sacrifices. For Christ did not enter into a holy place made with hands, which is a copy of the reality, but into heaven itself, so that he now appears before God on our behalf. This was not done to offer himself often, as when the high priest enters into the holy place from year to year with blood that is not his own. Otherwise, he would have to suffer often from the founding of the world. But now he has manifested himself once for all time at the conclusion of the system of things to do away with sin through the sacrifice of himself. 10:1. Hebrews 10:1. 10:1. For since the law has a shadow of the good things to come, but not the very substance of the things, it can never, by the same sacrifices that are continually offered year after year, make those who will approach perfect. Perfect. It is fascinating and faith strengthening, and faith strengthening to study such prophetic pictures. Can we conclude, though, that every character, event, and object described in the Bible foreshadows someone or something? Paragraph 9, question. How has the Bible account about NABOTH explained in the past? In the past, such an approach was often taken. Consider, for example, the account about NABOTH, whose unjust trial and execution were arranged by wicked Queen Jezebel, so that her husband Ahab could seize could its vineyard. 1 Kings 21, 1 to 16. 1 to 16. That's the end of part 3.